John Wick Chapter 4 is once again directed by Chad Stahelski, with writing being handled by series writer Derek Kolstad, as well as Shay Hatton and Michael Finch. This film follows on after the events of John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. John is still alive and is now hunting down members of the mysterious High Table. The table decides to give power to the Marquis, played by Bill Skarsgård. With tensions rising, lines are drawn as conflict escalates. First off, let me say that this film is easily worth watching in the best theater you can find. The action is great and beautiful to watch. I say this though, the action has easily escalated in how over the top it can be. While the first two had a layer of grounded nature, this one stretches plausibility to the breaking point. However, that isn't saying that this film is bad. The opposite actually. Every fight scene is expertly done and near perfect. I would have to do an in-depth spoiler review, come the film's release, to really break down the scene, so suffice it to say you'll easily enjoy this movie if you've stuck with it this far. Chapter 3 is easily the lowest point in the series, and for me this one ranks above it in my eyes. Without spoiling much, there's a top-down, one-shot, room-by-room fight scene involving the use of incendiary rounds. Now I've heard that Hong Kong Massacre is what inspired this scene, but I and others have said since the first film that the closest thing to a true John Wick game is the first Hotline Miami. Taking a look at HKM's Steam page shows just how fast this story has spread. This review sadly needs to be light because I fear spoiling much of this film. Simply know that if you've been with the series since the first movie, you will find this entry to be a fitting entry. Now what truly confuses me is I heard they're making John Wick 4 and 5 back to back. At least I'm pretty sure I heard that. I could just be tripping. Hey guys, Future Derek here speaking. Turns out the director scrapped the idea of doing the films back to back. He didn't want to, overwork the crew. However, apparently the 5th chapter is still on the horizon? I fucking knew it. You'll know what that means when you see the movie. Anyways, just go see this film and enjoy. The series' tradition of having beloved known actors who are not top tier anymore but are known by people in certain niches continues, and there is one in plain sight who I did not recognize at all. Everyone does a great job and delivers on both acting and action. I will stress that the beating John takes and how weapons are utilized may mess with some. Do know though that someone did make a John Wick suit, and it held up to repeated rounds of 9mm and 45 ACP at point-blank range. That video will be linked in the cards. Hit the like button and subscribe, unless you want to be excommunicado.